Last by Her Grace Savitri Mataji. Savitri Mataji is a very senior disciple of His Holiness Bhakti Charu Maharaj. Mataji has been enlightening us last few years in the conference on Chaitanya Charitamrita, as well as she spoke on Narada Bhakti Sutra, and now she's speaking on Brahma Samhita. Thank you so much, Mataji, for your constant guidance and valuable association. Please accept our humble obeisances, and you can take over the call, Mataji.
Thank you, Lalitangi Mataji. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. All glories to all the Vaishnavas. We are now going to read from Brahma Samhita. We are going to start from the text number 29. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupakadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatham Vitam Tam Sajimam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Shri Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhan Vitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpati Gopesha Gopika Kanta Shri Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Shri Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priya Bancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya eva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namo Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shiva Sadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. We are reading from Sri Brahma Samhita and text number 29. Chintamani prakara sadmasu kalpa vriksha Lakshavriteshu suravira vipalayantam Lakshmi sahasra shata sambhrama sevyamanam Govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami. Chintamani, touchstone. Prakara, groups made up. Sadmasu, in abodes. Kalpavriksha, of desired trees. Laksha, by millions. Abriteshu, surrounded. Surabhi, surabhi cows. Avipalayantam, tending. Lakshmi, of goddesses of fortune. Sahasra, of thousands. Shata, by hundreds. Sambhrama, with great respect. Sevyamanam, being served. Govindam, Govinda. Adipurusham, the original person. Tam, him. Aham, I. Bhajami, worship. I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord, the first progenitor, who is tending the cows, yielding all desire, in abodes built with spiritual gems, surrounded by millions of purpose trees, always served with great reverence and affection by hundreds of thousands of Lakshmis or Gopis. So Lord Brahma is now offering beautiful prayer to Lord Krishna. And that is known as Brahma Samhita actually. And now our Govindam Adi Purusham Stotram has been started. So I'm reading the purport. By the word Chintamani is meant transcendental gem. Just as Maya builds this mundane universe with the 5 material elements, so the spiritual Chit potency has built the spiritual world of transcendental gems. The Chintamani, which serves as material in the building of the abode of the Supreme Lord of Goloka, is far rarer and more agreeable entity than the philosopher's stone. The purpose tree yields only the fruits of piety, wealth, fulfillment of desire, and liberation, but the purpose trees in the abode of Krishna bestows innumerable fruits in the shape of checkered divine love, Kamadhenu, checkered divine love. Kamadhenus, cows yielding the fulfillment of desires, give milk when they are milked. But the Kamadhenus of Goloka pour forth ocean of milk in the shape of the fountain of love, showing transcendental bliss that does away with the hunger and thirst of all pure devotees. The words Laksha and Sahasra Shata signify endless numbers. The word Sambhrama or Sadara indicates being saturated with love. Here Lakshmi denotes Gopi. Adipurusha means he who is the primeval Lord. Very beautiful purport. So as we know, our Acharya Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur recommended us to read the Brahma Samhita every day. You said in the last purport, right, that Sriman Mahaprabhu has taught this hymn to his favorite disciples in as much as it fully contains all the transcendental truths regarding the Vaishnava philosophy. Readers are requested to study and try to enter into the spirit of his hymn with great care and attention as a regular daily function. In 2009, my Guru Maharaj actually gave the seminar on this Brahma Samhita for 1 week. And he elaborately, spoke on this Vaishnava philosophy so beautifully. Since then, I wanted to read this book, as much as possible. And I do. I love this small book, Brahma Samhita. Although I had memorized the whole Govindam Adi Purusham Stotram from the very beginning when we joined ISKCON, because I love this whole Stotram and very sweet. And Lord Brahma, now having the darshan of the spiritual world, is describing it. So through the hymns of Lord Brahma, we can understand what is spiritual world. Of course, in this we understand, from Srimad Bhagavatam and other literatures like Chaitanya Charitamrita and Bhagavad Gita, we understand the nature of spiritual world. And here Lord Brahma spoke very succinct, very clearly about the spiritual world and other tattvas. So the first stotra speaking about the very Golok Dham, a very special Golok Dham. What is Golok Dham? Where Radha Krishna are being worshipped by the gopis. There is only one male person, and he is Krishna. All the gopis are Lakshmis, or Krishna's own internal energies. Krishna's energies are all female. Internal energy, marginal energy, or material energy, all are female, subordinate to Krishna and controlled by Krishna. The Golok Dham is very special. Why? They are worshipping Krishna with amorous relationship or love. That point we see in the pictures, of Brahma Samhita. In the middle of the Brahma Samhita, some pictures are there, and one is that I worship. In the 56, we were going to hear that Lord Brahma is going to speak. I worship that transcendental seat known as Shvetadipa, where as loving consorts the Lakshmis in their unalloyed spiritual essence practice the amorous service of the Supreme Lord Krishna as their only lover. This is Golok Dham. This is Golok Dham. That is, all the gopis are worshipping Krishna through their amorous love, conjugal love, Madhurya Rasa. And they only accept Krishna as their only lover. This is gopis praying. In Golok Dham, that love is being worshipped. When you worship Radha Krishna, then what we worship? We worship the relationship. When you see Radha Krishna, actually this is just a little part of the Rasa Mandala. Radha Krishna is always accompanied by all the gopis. Means Kishore, Kishori. Kishore Krishna, Kishori Radha. And the relationship is conjugal relationship. That relationship we worship. And they are always accompanied by the gopis. That is the point here. Lakshmi Sahasra Shata Sambhrama Sevyamanam. Lakshmis are the gopis. First, there is the description about the Dhama. Chintamani Prakara Sadmasu Kalpa Briksha. That Dhama is Chintamani Dhama. Golok Dham is known as Chintamani Dham. Of course, spiritual world is also known as Chintamani Dham. Especially here, Chintamani. What kind of Chintamani? That Chintamani fulfills all desires. So, and also Kalpa Briksha. Desire trees. What type of desire tree they fulfill? The highest desire. If we desire to love Krishna, that desire will be fulfilled. From here also we can pray to the Kalpa Briksha of the Golok Dham, understanding the reality. If we pray to the desired trees, please fulfill my desire. I have the intense desire to love Shri Radha Krishna. We generally worship God or Radha Krishna, but we do not want to love God or Radha Krishna. This is the difference now. We have to understand. Do we want to worship only them, or do we want to love also? Because in Golok Dham, worship is known as love. This is the difference. The whole world actually worships, God. But very rare souls desire to love God purely. Just I want to love Krishna, Radha Krishna purely, nothing else. This kind of desire is rarest thing. Now we are understanding what is Golok Dham. That is the Dham of love. Krishna is the god of love. Radharani is the goddess of love. Dham is the abode of love. That is the point Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur is speaking now. Again the translation, I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord, the first progenitor, who is tending the cows, yielding all desire, in abodes built with spiritual gems, surrounded by millions of purpose trees, always served with great reverence and affection by hundreds of thousands of Lakshmis or Gopis. Now Krishna in Golok Dham is a cowherd boy. He loves to tend the cows. And therefore, in Vrindavan and Golok Dham, the devotees worship him in sweetness, not in opulence. Opulence of Golok Dham is what? Means opulences are the cows, the forests, the Govardhan Hill, the Yamuna, the birds, the deer. This is opulence of Vrindavan. In Vaikuntha, devotees worship Supreme Lord Narayana in opulence. They are always aware of Lord Narayan's opulence. But in Vrindavan they forget. They worship Krishna, Radha Krishna in sweetness. That is the point. As we know that in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, Krishnero jateko khala sarvottama narolila. Narabopu taharo sarup. Gopo besho benu karo, navokishoro natobaro. Narolila hoy anurup. Means amongst all the Krishna's pastimes in Vaikuntha or on Vrindavan, Sarvottama Narolila. His pastimes exactly like human. So he exhibited all the rasas. Naro rupo hoy taharo sarup. Human-like form is his actual form. And he is always gopo besho benu karo. He dresses like a cowherd boy. And he is always holding benu, the flute. Nabokishoro natobaro, is fresh youth. And he is very expert dancer. Narolila hoy anurup. And he exhibits exactly like Narolila. But he is not Nara, he is not human being, but he is Supreme Lord. That attracts the devotees of Vrindavan. That is very attractive, most attractive. We worship Radha Krishna means we worship the attraction between Krishna and the devotees. That attraction for Radha Krishna is always there in the hearts of the devotees. Just we have to awaken that spontaneous attraction for Shri Radha Krishna. So in the purport, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur says, by the word Chintamani is meant transcendental gem, just as Maya builds the mundane universe with the 5 material elements, so the spiritual Chit potency has built the spiritual world of transcendental gems. So this is the building material, Chintamani gem, transcendental gem. There everything is conscious gem. Chintamani means also conscious. We cannot fathom actually what is that. Because here the building material all are achit, unconscious, material potency, means earth, water, air, fire, ether. And these are the 5 material elements, gross elements, and subtle elements are mind, intelligence, and false ego. But in the spiritual world, the building material is known as Chintamani gem, means, or transcendental gem, conscious gem. So, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur says, the Chintamani, which serves as material in the building of the abode of the Supreme Lord, Supreme Lord of Goloka, is a far rarer and more agreeable entity than the philosopher's stone. Means philosophers, they means speculate, means they think here everything is made up, unconscious stone, so maybe spiritual world also like that. No. Chintamani, conscious gem. Everything is, they are conscious. The sand, the rocks, the water. Srila Prabhupada says all the elements are also there. Earth, water, air, fire, ether. Everything is there. Mind, intelligence, and ego, real ego, is there. All are conscious things. Their earth is conscious, water is conscious, fire is conscious. Everything is conscious. Chintamani. This world is known as the perverted reflection of the spiritual world. Here we see earth, water, air, fire, ether. We see animals, we see plants, we see buildings, roads, we see sky, everything. That is also there. But all are conscious. Made of conscious gems. That is Chintamani. The purpose tree yields only the fruit of piety, wealth, fulfillment of desire and liberation, but the purpose trees in the abode of Krishna bestow innumerable fruits in the shape of checkered divine love. See that Kalpa Vriksha in Golok Dham can supply what? The divine love. If we desire, if we pray to the Kalpa Vriksha, although we are here, we can achieve pure love of Krishna if we really have that intense pure desire. Material means not to have the desire to serve Krishna, love Krishna. And the spiritual is when we have desire for serving Krishna, loving Krishna. That is spiritual. In the material world, everyone is designed to serve themselves. We are very self-centered here. Always we keep ourselves in the center. And we want to serve our own body, own family, own country, own. That is material. Yes, in the material world also we understand that in the material world we understand how to fulfill our desires. In the spiritual world, just opposite. How to fulfill Krishna's desires. And the desire trees can bestow that fruits, yield that fruit. So divine love, if we want, we can get it. And Kamadhenu is also there, means Surabhi Avipalayantam. Surabhi means Surabhi cows or Kamadhenus. Their dhenus or cows are very special. They are known as Surabhi cows or Kamadhenus. Cows yielding the fulfillment of desire. Kama means again desire. Kamadhenus also can supply whatever we desire. If we desire food, wealth, piety, fulfillment of desire, liberation, Kamadhenus also can do. So Surabhi cows are also there in the Swargalokas. But in Golok Dham, Kamadhenus are very special. What is that? Kamadhenus, cows yielding the fulfillment of desire, give milk when they are milked, but the Kamadhenus of Goloka pour forth an ocean of milk in the shape of the fountain of love, showering transcendental bliss that does away with the hunger and thirst of all pure devotees. So, in Golokdham, Kamadhenus also supply milk. What type of? How many? How much? Ocean of milk in the shape of fountain of love, showering transcendental bliss. So it is so blissful that that the pure devotees forget about hunger and thirst. Like Srimad Bhagavatam is so blissful, Amrit, that Maharaj Parikshit forgot his thirst, his hunger, and his sleep. For 7 days and nights he continuously drank the nectar of Srimad Bhagavatam. It's so full of nectar. We should appreciate the Srimad Bhagavatam from Maharaj Parikshit's perspective. And here we should appreciate the spiritual world from Brahma's perspective. Through the eyes of Brahma, if we see the spiritual world, it's so wonderful. This is the reality. We have to perceive here. How can we perceive? By becoming more and more purified, by chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, enough is simply. The chanting of Hare Krishna Mahamantra will make it easy to perceive the spiritual world, because where we are intending to go to the spiritual world, we must have the information. General population do not have any information of the spiritual world. They do not believe in that. For us, it is the reality, because Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave us this Brahma Samhita. Why? It's a great favor for us, so we can understand the spiritual reality, spiritual world, where we are intending to go. The words Laksha and Sahasra Shata signify endless numbers. The word Sambhrama or Sadhara indicates being saturated with love. So in the Golokdham, everything is about love. Sambhrama generally we say with reverence or with awe and reverence. That is the meaning of worship. We worship the elders, we worship the demigods, we worship the very exalted personalities, being very humble before them. But Lord Krishna's abode, Golokdham, is totally totally about love. It's more than that. Intimacy. Love means intimacy. And worship means we keep some distance. Lakshmi Narayan is so exalted. We are very small. And we keep some distance with being in awe and reverence. And generally we worship Radha Krishna in that mood, in the mood of worshipping Shri Lakshmi Narayan, because that intimacy is not yet developed. That's why we are hearing again and again we are parts and parcels of Krishna. So intimate relationship is there. We can establish very intimate relationship, but we cannot do it at once. So we have to follow Vidhi Marga by following rules and regulations very strictly. Vidhi Marga, chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, worshipping Lord, following 4 regulative principles, studying scriptures, Gita, then Bhagavad, then Chaitanya Charitamrita, and the Brahma Samhita. We must become enlightened with the spiritual philosophy more and more. That Vidhi Bhakti will be transformed into Raganuga Bhakti. All of a sudden, we cannot develop the intimate relationship with Krishna. We start with the Dasya Bhava. And Dasya Bhava also, we must have the intimacy in that. What it is that? Having full faith that by worshipping Krishna, all my problems will be solved, my life will be very successful, and human life will be successful, and we will be eligible for performing spontaneous loving service to Krishna. We must have full faith in chanting. The chanting will awaken our spontaneous love for Krishna. In this way we can progress. So here, being saturated with love, that is the point, Sambhrama, being saturated with love. And that is our goal, to become filled up with love for Radha Krishna. Here Lakshmi denotes Gopi. Adi Purusha means he is the primeval Lord. So Lakshmi or Gopi. In Golok Dham, Lakshmis are known as Gopis, and Vaikunthas, they are known as Lakshmi. So, and Adi Purusha means who is the primeval Lord. Krishna is the source of all incarnations also. He is the source of Vishnu, Narayan, and other avatars, expansions and avatars. He is the original Lord, Adi Purusham. So the whole hymns spoken by Shri Brahma, he is again and again saying Govindam Adi Purusham. He is the Adi Purusham, original Lord, primeval Lord. So that point we have to again and again remember that Govinda is the Adi Purusham. In the picture it is written, Brahma is the creator of the universe. Inspired by the Supreme Lord, he manifests the varieties of living entities, the arts and sciences, and the states of ignorance and enlightenment. His hymns in praise of Lord Krishna constitute the Brahma Samhita. So that hymns we are now reading is so wonderful. Govindam Adi Purusham Stotram. So I am going to the next now. Text number 30. Venun kvanantam aravinda dalaya taksham barhavatam samasitam sundarangam kandarpakoti kamaniya vishesha shobham govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami. Venum, the flute, Kwanantam, playing, Aravinda Dala, like lotus petals, Ayata, blooming, Aksham, whose eyes, Barha, a peacock's feather, Avatamsam, whose ornament on the head, Asita Ambuda, tinged with the hue of blue clouds, Sundara, beautiful, Angam, whose figure, Kandarpa, of cupids, Koti, millions, Kamaniya, charming, Vishesha, unique, Shobham, whose loveliness, Govindam, Govinda, Adipurusham, the original person. Tam, him, aham, I, bhajami, worship. Translation and purport given by His Divine Grace Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord, who is adept in playing on his flute, with blooming eyes like lotus petals, with head decked with peacock's feather, with the figure of beauty tinged with the hue of blue clouds, and his unique loveliness charming millions of cupids. Purport. The matchless beauty of Krishna, the Supreme Lord of Goloka, is being described. Krishna, the all-pervading cognation, has a spiritual form of his own. The form of Krishna is not a fanciful creation of imagination formed after visualizing the beautiful things of the world. What Brahma saw in his ecstatic trance of pure devotion is being described. Krishna is engaged in playing upon his flute. That flute, by his enchanting musical sound, attracts the hearts of all living beings. Just as a lotus petal produces a pleasant sight, so the two beautiful eyes of Krishna, who causes the manifestation of our spiritual vision, display the unlimited splendor and beauty of his moon-like face. The loveliness that adorns his head with peacock feather figures the corresponding features of the spiritual beauty of Krishna. Just as a mass of blue clouds offer a specifically soothing, pleasant view, the complexion of Krishna is analogously tinged with the spiritual dark blue color. The beauty and loveliness of Krishna is far more enchanting than that of Cupid multiplied a millionfold. Now Krishna's form is being described here. And every day we greet Supreme Lord Shri Radha Krishna with this prayer. Venun Kwanantam Aravinda Dalaya Taksham. We cannot think of Krishna without Venu. Gopo Besho Venu Koro. He's a cowherd boy. He's dressed up like a cowherd boy. And Venu Koro, always holding Venu in his hand. This is Krishna. And he loves to play the Venu, Kwanantam, playing. Why? Through the sound of flute, he enlightens the whole world. Bhagavad Gita also can be compared like flute sound of Krishna. He attracts all the living entities through this musical sound, transcendental. We may think that I am not hearing. Actually, we are hearing. We are not mindful because he is within the heart. And he is playing the flute also there. We are not focused on him. That's why we do not hear. We hear all the mundane sounds. But here in Golok Dham, the description is that he loves to play the flute. And he is the original Lord. Again, I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord. This point again and again we are hearing now. So, what do? We worship original Lord. And goal is to love the original Lord. Again, the world worships God. Rarely a person loves God or desires to love God. It is our position. We do not have yet pure love for Krishna, but we desire. Even we do not desire, so have the desire to love Krishna. That is the point. Our acharyas are teaching us to love Krishna, not just to worship. Love him. Offer your love. That is the worship in Vrindavan, in Golok Dham. So I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord, who is adept in playing on his flute with blooming eyes. Now, the description of his beautiful face. His eyes are like blooming lotus petal, and the head is bedecked or decked with peacock feather. Always we see peacock feather on the turban of Krishna. Means when we meditate on Krishna, we must meditate on that, a peacock feather on the turban of Krishna. And he is holding a flute with two hands, and he is adept in playing. And then he loves to play the flute. With the figure of beauty tinged with the hue of blue clouds. Actually, blue clouds are so beautiful. In India, actually, we see that very wonderfully. After rainy season, when autumn starts, the skies are very clear and the cloud is very blue. That blue color, that clouds are so attractive, very attractive actually. Then from nature also we understand what is this nature, mature nature, or we see the beauty in the nature. It's a reflection of Krishna's beauty, because Krishna is the origin of everything. Everything is emanating from Krishna. Whatever beautiful things we see, all are the little beauty of Krishna. A beautiful bird, a beautiful flower, anything can remind us about Krishna. Is ocean is also beautiful. A mountain is also beautiful. A river is also beautiful. Even trees and flowers, anything beautiful we see. A beautiful cow, a beautiful girl, a beautiful boy, baby. Whatever we see, anywhere, any beauty, that is a reflection of Krishna's beauty, a little bit. As we know, when you see a flower, you understand this is the smiling face of Krishna, beautiful flower. Immediately reminds you the smiling face of Krishna. The beauty of the child, a baby, also reminds us about the smiling face of Krishna. With the figure of beauty tinged with the hue of blue clouds and his unique loveliness charming millions of cupids. Now Cupid means he is the topmost Cupid. He is the supreme Cupid. His loveliness cannot be compared with the beauty or charming of millions of cupids. Kandarpa koti kamaniya vishesha shobham. Cupid means God of love, who attracts the conjugal love, or creates the conjugal love. This is Krishna, Radha Krishna. So when we worship Radha Krishna, we worship the relationship of Shri Radha Krishna, the conjugal love. And they are surrounded by gopis. Chintamani Prakara Sadma Sukalpa Vriksha. That was the first one we studied today. There, Shri Radha Krishna are surrounded by millions of gopis. They are worshipping him in amorous love relationship. Now, the purport, the matchless beauty of Krishna, the Supreme Lord of Goloka, is being described. Matchless. Even millions of Cupid's loveliness, charming beauty cannot be matched with Krishna. Krishna, the all-pervading cognition, means he is Advai Gyan Tattva, has a spiritual form of his own, but he has the spiritual form. The form is made of bliss, eternity, and cognition, Jnanam, Chit, Satchit, Ananda. The form of Krishna is not a fanciful creation of imagination formed after visualizing the beautiful things of the world. Sometimes people think that way. If you collect all the beauties of the world, that is the God's face or imagination. It is not. Of course, anything beautiful in this world is the mere, a reflection of the beauty of Krishna. Not complete beauty. What Brahma saw in his ecstatic trance of pure devotion is being described. Krishna is engaged in playing upon his flute. That flute, by his enchanting musical sound, attracts the hearts of all living beings. That is Krishna's function, to attract all the living beings toward him. Why he does that? So we can have very loving relationship with Krishna. Krishna is inclined for that. And just like here also, we are very much inclined to have loving relationship with others. Krishna, that inclination came from where? From Krishna. Krishna also wants, he is also inclined to have loving relationship with us. That's why he attracts us through the sound of flute. If we realize this point, then we will be very eager to love Krishna, to enter into that loving relationship. This relationship is the worship, actually. In Vrindavan, everyone is worshipping Krishna or loving Krishna through a relationship. So this relationship is very important for Krishna also, for us also. This is the top highest thing in our life, actually, goal. This is the goal of human life. Prema Pumartha Mahan. It starts from the beginning. Sambandha Avideya Prayojana. Sambandha Gyan first must be established in our heart. Then pursue that Sambandha, Avideya. Then achieve love, spontaneous attraction for Krishna or love for Krishna. Krishna means attractiveness or attraction. Our worship must be based on that attraction for Krishna. So this is the point we are hearing now. The flute sound, by the enchanting musical sound, attracts the hearts of all living beings, just as a lotus petal produces a pleasant sight. So the two beautiful eyes of Krishna, who causes the manifestation of our spiritual vision, display the unlimited splendor and beauty of his moon-like face. Yes, Krishna's eyes are very beautiful, like lotus petal, and very attractive, very penetrating actually, attractive, very alive. Eyes are causing the manifestation of our spiritual vision. From Bhagavatam, we know that if we are having any distress, difficulties in our lives, then come to Krishna and see his smiling face, see his merciful glances, see his merciful eyes, that see that Krishna is seeing you and smiling at you. That beautiful vision will dissipate all our miseries, all our difficulties. Whenever there is difficulties, come before Krishna and see his smiling face. Okay, this is not our goal only, to become free from distresses and difficulties. Our goal is to develop spontaneous loving relationship with Krishna. We can see that Krishna is seeing directly, if you come face to face to Krishna, face to face of Krishna, then you see he is seeing us and I am also seeing. We are also seeing him. Eye to eye. Because Krishna is a person. Just like we see the other person lovingly, and through the eyes we exchange so many things, right? So Krishna also does that. He display unlimited splendor and beauty of his moon-like face. Very enchanting, beautiful smile. The eyes are very, alive. We can understand he is seeing us. Sometimes we think, when we see the deity form of Krishna in the temple, sometimes we feel, oh, Krishna will speak to me like that. He is about to speak like that. If you see his eyes, you'll feel like that. He is here. You get the sense of Krishna's presence immediately. You feel as if Krishna wants to talk to you. So this is the point here. His eyes are like that. Means he communicates with us through the glances. The more we are focused or concentrated on the beautiful face, then we understand he can communicate with us through the glances. And this is Krishna. The loveliness that adorns his head with peacock feather figures the corresponding feature of the spiritual beauty of Krishna. Just as, so without the peacock feather, Krishna doesn't look good. When we dress Krishna, then we start to look Krishna from lotus feet to up to the turban, and to see that everything is in place or not. And we check it after dressing Krishna, whether daytime dressing or nighttime dressing. We check. If by mistake we miss the peacock feather, immediately we understand, this is not Krishna. Krishna is not complete now. after putting the peacock feather on the turban, then we feel, now this is Krishna. Because peacock feather becomes beautiful by the beauty of Krishna, or, with the peacock feather, Krishna is Krishna, like that. Peacock feather is must on Krishna. This is Krishna. The beauty is so known as spiritual beauty, beautiful. Just as a mass of blue clouds offer a specifically soothing, pleasant view, the complexion of Krishna is analogously tinged with the spiritual dark blue color. The beauty and loveliness of Krishna is far more enchanting than that of Cupid multiplied by a millionfold. So he is the transcendental Cupid, who is the reservoir of all beauties of the innumerable Cupids. And his bodily hue is the dark blue color, spiritual dark blue color, very special color of his form. Sometimes we think Krishna is black or blue, like that. Actually, the description is here, we are getting spiritual blue color. And the little resemblance we can see here, means reflection, we can see a very clear sky which is full of blue clouds, that cloud. Sometimes we hear monsoon cloud, blue cloud, because spiritual color in this material world we may not see fully, but there's some glimpse. When that cloud attracts us, the color of the cloud attracts us, that cloud, that color is Krishna's color. Means little glimpse we can have. So through the eyes of Brahma, we are now seeing the spiritual world. Through the eyes of Brahma, we are now seeing Krishna. Through the descriptions of Brahma, we are understanding the loving relationship between Krishna and the gopis, and the abode, and the loving relationship of Krishna and the flute, loving relationship with Krishna with the cows, with the Lakshmis, gopis, with the desire tree, with the abode and everything. This is the spiritual world. And from here we are getting the information we must have. And we must develop the vision also. What does it mean? You live there internally. That's the point. That is our goal. That is our goal. Although we are here in the material world, but we should not live here, but we should live there internally. In one lecture, Srila Prabhupada says, how not to live in this material world. That means how to live in the spiritual world. If we think that I belong to this material world, then you are living here. If you are convinced about that you belong to the spiritual world, then you live there. Here you are spending a temporary life over here just to, for what? For developing full love for Krishna. That's the point actually. Here we are not here to gain anything. What is the gain over here? Just repeated birth and death. What is the gain one can achieve here? Repeated birth and death, nothing else. The reality is that we belong to the spiritual world. That is our homeland, home. So, if we always feel connection with the spiritual world, that means you are living in the spiritual world. And when you always feel the connection with this material world, then you are living here. The consciousness will give you that facility. So our whole spiritual life is meant for that, having feeling that connection with Krishna in the spiritual world, means feeling the connection with the spiritual world, feeling the connection with Krishna in the spiritual world. So we are learning how to develop that connection through this Govindam Adi Purusham prayer. All right. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone, for listening to this class. Hare Krishna. Hare. Is there any question?
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Hare.
Hare Krishna, Mata.
Hare Krishna, Mata. Hare Krishna, Mata. So, so nice lecture, Mataji. Like I look forward for this lecture from you every Sunday. So nectarian your voice and the moderation. I love this, the lectures in Sunday. Very nice. Thanks.
Thank you, Prabhu. Just for information, from next week, Mother Kaumudiki will give the class, and she will be speaking so nicely. You will love more. She is very wonderful devotee, very senior, very exalted devotee. Because I'm going to India, so I'll be off for like 2 months.
Okay.
So Mother Kaumudiki will give the class. I'm very glad that she has agreed to give classes. I'm so glad and grateful. Yes, Mata, bolo.
Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. I
humble obeisances.
Till you come back and like to hear from you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Yes, after coming back again, we'll have classes. But please continue the classes. I'm so grateful to you that you will be giving classes.
When you come, we'll start Brahma Samhita again, where you have left off.
Well, we'll see. Oh, Mata, I'll hear your recordings. I'll hear your recordings. Means it has total verses. How many? Let me see. After the Govindam Adi Purusham Stotram, Krishna will speak. Also, 62. It has 62 verses. So we covered up to 30. So more than 30 left.
That's when we have been waiting for this nectar for so long. We have started now, so we can wait again. Thank you.
No, after you. Mata. After you. So, of course, you continue. Because, when we attended the class, my Guru Maharaja's class, I felt so wonderful. Yes,
that's what I like to hear. Yeah. And everybody, I'm sure everybody will agree to that.
Because, this Brahma Samhita is so wonderful. Many wonderful descriptions are also there in Chaitanya Charitamrita about the spiritual world and the relationship. And it's so wonderful. Some portions, if we read also along with that, it's so wonderful. And that is the reality. Wonderful. Thank you.
Hare Krishna, Mataji, Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam. Jai Shri Prabhupada.
Nectarian class, Mataji. Very, very wonderful nectar.
Thank
Mataji,
you. Bolo.
You were saying Sudabhi cows, like they are Kamadhenus and they can fulfill all your desires. Even they can give the liberation and everything. So, are they in material world also?
Yeah, in Swargaloka. Yeah, I forgot to mention that. Golok Dham's Kamadhenu are different. They fulfill all the desire for the divine love. in the material world, very rarely we are inclined to love God, right? And in Swargaloka also one type of surabhis are there, right? That Indra brought surabhi cows from Swargaloka to do Abhishekam of Krishna after he realized his offenses, right?
Yeah.
Means he did so much havoc. He created so much havoc, trouble to the Brajbasis because they had stopped worshipping Indra. You remember?
Yes.
And the Govardhan, and Krishna then performed Govardhan Leela, and Indra understood his mistakes, and he brought Surabhi cow from Swargaloka. So he wanted to perform Abhishekam with the milk of Surabhi cow, and also he brought Airavata, water, Ganga Jal from Swargaloka. So in the material world, Surabhi cows are also there. They yield many benefits. But Surabhi cows, what we are hearing now in Golok Dhama, they yield divine love. Surabhi cows also supply all the things we desire, In the Mahabharata story also there, right? With Vashishta Muni. Vashishta Muni had one Kamadhenu, Surabhi cow. And from the cow, Surabhi cow or Kamadhenu, he would get all the necessities. And Vishwamitra was very jealous of that. So they had fight. Means Vishwamitra started a fight with Vashishta. He wanted that Kamadhenu from him. So we hear that about Kamadhenu. But the Kamadhenus in Golok Dham are different. So from here we can pray to Kamadhenu in Golok Dham. From here we can pray to desire trees in Golok Dham. And if we have that intense, pure desire to love Krishna, to enter into loving relationship with Radha Krishna, then that desire would be fulfilled. Provided we have one pointed desire. So that is the point. We are not yet there. It's a fact. We are just learning. So what is our duty to do? Now follow the Vidhi Marga very nicely, as our acharyas, laid down. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave the process. Kirtaniya Sadahari. How the Sikshastakam prayers are composed. Beautiful. It starts with the her holy name chanting, ends with the Ashlishya Padaratam Pinashtumam Adarshanam Kamar Mahatam Karatuva. So this is the Vidhi Marga we have to follow. At the same time, must be aware of the goal. What is the goal? Developing divine love for Krishna. All right. Is that all right?
Yes, Mataji. And also you said about Parikshit Maharaj, his hunger and thirst was gone when he heard the news, he's gonna go.
Yes.
So how that happened?
Means I was comparing that Surabhi cow's milk in the shape of divine love. Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur says, mitigates all thirst and hunger of all the pure devotees. Means in the pure devotees, whether in this world or in the spiritual world, they are subsisting themselves with the love. That is their food. Love for Krishna, this is the food. We are also here very much hungry for the love, isn't it? Isn't it? Suppose a person has everything, but still he feels hungry. For what? Love. If you see a person has everything, but doesn't have anyone to love or be loved by someone, he would not think his life is, life is complete. Here also we feel everyone is hungry for the love. Love is the food that mitigates all the hungers. And hunger for love is much more acute than the hunger for food, actually. So what I was saying, that Maharaj Parikshit heard the Srimad Bhagavatam, which was so nectarian for him, that he had forgotten to sleep or to eat or to drink. He didn't feel anything because that nectarian hearing or topic about Krishna is so sweet or full of love. He had full of love for Krishna, so he heard with full attention the Srimad Bhagavatam, and that nectar, that nectarian Srimad Bhagavatam, mitigated his all hunger and thirst. So I was, trying to understand this is the same way pure devotees, hunger and thirst become very less and less and then mitigated. Just like Goswamis didn't eat anything because they filled all the time, filled. They felt all the time, even little food was enough for them. They would not sleep more than 2 hours, would not eat more than, 2 palm full of chana or 1 roti, like that, whole day. The love, divine love, is so fulfilling. That point I was making.
Yeah. Very nice. I wish we could get that because fasting is difficult for us.
Yeah, we are far away from that, but it's all right. We must improve ourselves. That's the point. Little.
Yes, Mataji.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mother Spiritually, this is Gaurangi.
Oh, Haribol, Gaurangi. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. I just have one quick thing. Okay. You were saying how much it is imperative that we put peacock feather on Krishna.
Yeah.
And I was curious about that because, I know that there's some leela there with peacock, why he began to wear peacock feather in his hair or turban in the first place. But aside from that, especially because it is Krishna who makes the peacock feather look more beautiful, not the other way around. The peacock feather is not the one who makes Krishna more beautiful. So for this reason, I'm wondering why it really is so imperative. Is it just because he loves peacock so much, or what?
Of course, he loves peacock. Means he dances also like a peacock. All right. Actually, what was my point? Yes, although peacock feather or the ornaments become beautiful because of Krishna, but still, without the peacock feather, Krishna is not Krishna. Mm-hmm. We cannot recognize even Krishna. It's like his expanded form, you may say. Because I was saying my experience when I dress up Krishna in the night time. Sometimes, not many times it happens, 1 or 2 times, I forgot to put the peacock feather on. Then when I check everything from toe to head, whether I have missed something. Then I look, oh, he's not Krishna. As soon as I put back that peacock feather, now he's Krishna.
Yeah, I get it. Mm-hmm.
This is Krishna. Means he must have peacock feather.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm just thinking it's like certain people, you always see them with a particular thing,
Yeah.
A particular piece of paraphernalia. It's like it becomes synonymous with the person,
Yes.
Because, and so without that piece of paraphernalia, it's like it's not the same person.
No.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
He put the flute on his hand and also peacock feather. These two things must be there.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah, all right.
Yes, Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mata, bolo.
Prabhupada also said that if there is no flute and no peacock feather, then it's not Krishna.
Yeah. Simple.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
Hare Krishna Mataji. This is Arvind again. Mataji said to have that connection in this material world, always connection to the spiritual world. So we are all like I'm doing our prescribed duties. How to have that realization every time, like in our day to day, like to have the connection to the Golok, Vrindavan.
Vrindavan. Yes. Yes. Very nice point. Yeah. So we follow Vidhi Marga, that is chanting, following. As you are saying, Grihastha, we are all Grihasthas. Do everything as a service to Krishna or duty. Here it's a fact, here we don't live forever. It's a temporary dwelling place. So, being an eternal soul, this material world is not our home. It's a fact. With the knowledge, we understand. Now, we have to implement the knowledge also. How to do it? So, yes, we are Grihasthas. So, Grihastha's main duty is to hear about Krishna, as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said. We do not have to change anything. Our position, our place, whatever. Nothing we have to change. We have our profession, position, nothing. But we have to lend our ears to hear Krishna Katha. Means devote more and more time for hearing Krishna Katha. Means from Srimad Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita or Brahma Samhita, like we are regularly hearing. So we must increase more and more about hearing and chanting. Hearing and chanting, remembering. While we are here and doing our all duties, at the same time we cultivate this knowledge, means this spiritual knowledge, and apply. Yes, little by little we must increase our spiritual advancement. That ultimately I do not have any connection in this material world, but this material world is made of what? Earth, water, air, fire, ether, mind, intelligence, ego. So the spirit soul composition is totally different. Satchidananda is a part and parcel of Krishna, Satchidananda. So with this knowledge, more and more we have to realize this point, because the ingredients of this material world is not the same of the Atma ingredients. Atma ingredient is Satchidananda. So it's the part of the spiritual world, not material world. It's a fact. So more and more when you receive this knowledge, realize this knowledge, more and more you understand the reality. Actually, no, we do not have any connection with this material world. It's a temporary manifestation of the Krishna's material energy here. Material energy is eternal, but the manifestation is of the material world is temporary, and I'm permanent. So with the knowledge, you practice this vision. All my family members are all also individual souls. They are also parts and parcels of Krishna. And they are also spiritual beings in essence. So with the family members, we should all cultivate this spiritual light more and more, little by little, increase more and more like that. Have the knowledge yourself, also give the knowledge to the family members, develop our goal more and more, that is the spiritual world, that is our home, this is not our home, and practice Vidhi Bhakti over here, chanting, hearing, as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, and worshipping Krishna, follow and increase little by little. So this is the point, day to day, remembering the relationship with Krishna, remembering our relationship with the spiritual world more and more through the spiritual process, through the association of the devotees, as you are doing now, as we are all doing now. So this is the way we'll be able to progress very nicely and quickly and solidly. Okay? We have to remind ourselves about the truth more and more. Okay?
Thank you for the nice explanation.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone, for asking so many nice questions. All right. Okay, Lalitangi, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Thank you so much, Mataji. Very, very nice class, and I like the point how you said that everybody here is trying to worship God, and worship keeps a distance, but we should try to develop love for God, but that is through chanting and following the regulative principles and slowly advancing. Very, very beautiful points, Mataji. Thank you so much.
Haribol. Thank you.
Let's offer
our obeisances to all the Vaishnavas. Mancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhuva eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namo. Shri Brahma Samhita ki jai. Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Gaur Premanande. Hari Hari Bol.
Hare Krishna. Jai. Hare Krishna.